we're going to focus on this written mediation task that you will have to do in the exam. So what is that? What is this written mediation thing? It is the first task that you will have to do in the written exam. Remember that since you have 3 tasks to do in the written exam, and for that you have an hour and a half, you should use no more than 25 minutes to complete this task. In a nutshell, mediating is summarizing the info you find in a graph. The number of words you can use is between 80 and 100. Okay? So what types of graphs can you find in this written mediation, in the task that you will have to complete? You can find these bar graphs, you can find pie charts, you can find these line graphs or these bar graphs across. As you can see here, we have different data on different topics. Here we have the average monthly rainfall, the population of countries in the European Union in 2021 by percentage. Here we have the best performing S&P 500 stocks of the decade, and you can have many other, okay? It is important for you to think that this mediation thing is nothing new, since we all mediate in our daily lives. Imagine, for example, that one of your friends is looking for a new house to buy. So they tell you that they need a house with this number of rooms, with a garden, with a garage. And one day, while you are looking for things in your Facebook, you find this ad from a real estate agency, and you see that this is the perfect house for your friend. So you immediately take your phone and you text them, kind of summarizing all the information you have here and using your own words. So your friend can see that this is the perfect house for them. A different example, think that you are discussing with your best friend about how baby boomers use technology and you have different opinions of this. And 2 days after, you find this bar graph in which they explain how baby boomers embrace technology. And again, you take your telephone and you text your friend summarizing all this information and saying if you were right or wrong. So, mediating is not about expressing opinions or feelings, but transmitting objective information. But what do we do with the language when we mediate? Well, when we mediate, first of all, we analyze, we understand, and we organize data, identifying key information. Then we summarize it to make it easier to understand. We paraphrase or reformulate using our own words. And for that, we find synonyms, we synthesize, and we adapt the discourse so the person we are addressing to can understand what we are trying to tell them. Okay? Here we have an example of a written mediation. This time we have a bar graph with the number of students studying engineering. Okay, here we have men and women, and here we have the number of students studying engineering. This is an example of a C1 mediation, okay? So, as you can see, we have a clear introduction. Here it says, the bar chart illustrates the number of men and women studying engineering at Australian universities between the years 1992 and 2012 at 10-year intervals. Okay, this would be the introduction because you need to tell your reader what you're going to talk about. Then we have the summary. Here it's where we organize all the data we have and we use our own words to summarize all the information we have in the graph, okay? And then we have a conclusion. Here it says, overall, we can see a clear upward trend in the number of female engineering students in Australian universities, while the number of male students seems to have leveled off, okay? So, there is some interesting vocabulary that we use for line graphs because we need to express the movement of the line. So for that, we need to use appropriate verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, depending on the kind of action you need to show. So here we have, for example, verbs like rise, increase, grow, go up, climb, or the contrary, decrease, decline, drop, dip, go down, reduce, etc. We also have some adjectives like sharp, rapid, huge, or the contrary, slight, small, minimal. And we also have some adverbs like dramatically, rapidly, hugely, significantly, or minimally, markedly. Okay? For describing pie charts, since we have to illustrate like the different parts that make the whole of the pie chart, we can use compare as opposed to, versus, the majority, etc. And here you also have like a summary of some more important vocabulary, okay? About the changes, if the changes up, down, etc. Okay? So this was all. Thank you.